Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of this channel called Patrick the Runner. My name is Patrick Sheridan and as always I'm here to talk to you all about running. So tonight we have a speed session at the Mary Peters track. I don't usually do these at night. Throughout the course of this winter I've been doing them on a Monday, but I've been doing them in the morning, and the reason I'm doing it on the evening of the track tonight is because Noah, my brother, has kindly offered to do a video. So we are going to get a video of the speed work that I am doing tonight. And what I've basically been doing throughout the course of the winter on a Monday is a 3-mile warm-up, stretches, drills and strides that I usually do before all my sessions, and then I've been doing a mix of pure speed, pure 400 meter based stuff and some 400 meter based stuff, and then some 800 meter pace work. So there's going to be more absolute top end speed stuff tonight, and there's not going to be any 800 meter race pace stuff. And the reason is that I had a heavy session on Saturday of 2x200 at 800 pace, 2x600 at 1500 pace, a 400 at 800 pace, a 600 at 1500 pace, a 400 at 800 pace, and then two 200s at 800 pace. So that was really heavy on the legs. If you want to see those sessions, you can get them on Instagram at Patrick the Runner 97. You can also see all my workouts on Strava, but the focus tonight is on the speed stuff. So what I do is these stretches, drills and strides, then I'm going to do 2x30 meter sprints off a stand and start, then I'm going to do 2x30 meter sprints off a fly and start, so I'm going to run into it, then I'm going to do 150 meters off a stand and start, 1x100 meters off a stand and start, and then two 150s, and the recovery is going to be about 2 minutes between the 30 meters, and probably take then 3 minutes in between the reps and 3 minutes in between the 150s. Reason being is it's not supposed to really create too much of a build-up of lactate for me. It's supposed to just be a session where I work on my running form, where I work on driving my arms, getting my arms swinging back, as I've been told by one of the running coaches, shout out to Philip Steele, get my knees high, relax my shoulders, try to relax my face, try to work on my turnover, which is good, try to just minimize ground contact time. I'm not going to pretend I'm a sprinting coach because I don't know enough about it to be, but work on all those things that I now know are important for improving your top end speed and improving your efficiency at running at high paces. And as I've said before, I am an 800 meter runner. That's my focus, and in order to be a good 800 meter runner you have to be able to run fast, and the way you do that is by practicing speed. So that's the idea here tonight. And as I've said before, I go at things probably a bit harder than most middle distance runners. I really do think that, as I've quoted before, I think Peter Coe's go-to phrase was that if you can improve your maximum speed, you can improve your body's ability to run at sub-maximum speeds for longer periods of time. So that's really the idea. I think base training is important and it's great and all that, but also speed is a base. You can't just bring speed out of nowhere and turn on a switch in the summer if you don't have a base of speed. So that's the idea here tonight. Look, Noah will get showing you the clips and the drills hopefully, and we'll take it from there. But look, catch y'all soon. Also press that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you're enjoying it, and yeah, see y'all soon. Okay, so idea here is just to make sure that I'm properly warmed up when I go into high speed work, because if you aren't, you're not going to get the full benefits of the session, and you're also going to risk injury, which is a risk anyway when you're doing these things. Legs are a bit tired from Saturday, but as I said, look, most days we're trying to move the needle here and make sure that we're progressing things, so that's the idea. very random place to do the end video, but we were about to be thrown off the track there. The track's actually really nice, so I'm not complaining. It's just 8:30, story of my life, running late and just out of work and stuff, so only got down to the track at about 7:20 or something like that. Still got all the session in. So look, as you saw, I did the 2:30s off the stand start. They went fine, kept the tracksuits on and the normal shoes on. Then I did 1 by 30 meters off a flying start. I'm not sure if I said I was going to do 2 beforehand, but I ended up doing 1. Then I did 1 50-meter sprint, which again felt good, feels smooth. Did 100 in either about 11.4, 11.5, which is the quickest I've ever done 100 in. And again, usually I find when I do 100-meter efforts, the second one is usually the quickest because I'm not fully warmed up. So that probably is the case with that, because I'm not used to sprinting. I do it once a week, but it's not as if I'm a sprinter and I'm doing it 3 times a week. I usually take 1 or 2 attempts to get into it. So that was pretty good. And again, I'm doing it off a watch, so it's not entirely accurate, but it's also not ideal for me if I'm starting and stopping. But it's not really about the times as such. It's just about me working on my form, working on my top end speed, so that I can go through the first 200 of an 800 race in 26 and it doesn't feel like it's that quick. And that's exactly where I was last year, and that's where I want to be again this year, and that's where I feel I am. I feel like my speed definitely is better than it was this time last year. It's better than it was in the summer. The 150s felt good. Did them off about 2.5 minutes recovery. The first one was 17.4, so again, that's on track for say 300 in 34.8, which is pretty quick, and it's the quickest I've ever done a 150. And then around a 17.7, again, give or take a few tenths of a second because it's hard to tell on the watch, but I'm feeling really good. Go back this way, sorry. I'm feeling really good, feeling really strong. I feel like I'm in the shape of my life. The session I did on Saturday there went really well. It was brutal. I was on the ground for about half an hour after, literally had blurred vision, couldn't see for about 20 minutes properly, but I felt strong during the session in a paradoxical kind of way, and I just feel that I'm in really good shape. The key priority for me now is not getting injured and making sure that I not only hold on to this fitness but improve it. So I'm not doing crazy sessions all the time. Tonight that wasn't a crazy session by any means. I felt a bit of jelly in the legs on the last one, but I could have done another couple of those probably at around that pace. So it wasn't an all-out max effort at all. It was a max effort in terms of speed, but not in terms of fatigue. So I feel relatively fresh now. And tomorrow I have a double day. I have a double session day. I have threshold in the morning. I'm going to do 6 by 5 minutes, then I'm going to do something like 4 or 5 by 800s at about 3k effort in the evening, maybe 3 to 5k effort, and that's a tough enough day. Wednesday I'll probably have an easy day in gym, did the gym today. Thursday I'll probably go out some hills. Friday easy day. Saturday some sort of a session. Sunday long run. So look, that's the way the week's going. I'm going to try to bang out more of these YouTube videos. The only thing is that sometimes these YouTube videos are just hard to do and they take longer to do, so they're harder for me to do when I'm in a full-time job and stuff. Instagram and TikTok videos I do more regularly, only because they're easier to put up and it's not as hard to edit them. So I'm not disappearing off this thing. I'll try to get one up every week, but sometimes I don't quite get that. So this time it's just been slightly over 2 weeks, so I don't really like that, but I'm trying my best to get them out there. Look, ask me any questions as always on the sessions. You know, I'll get back to you, or at least I'll try to. Ask me anything about my training. A lot of people are asking me about gym things. I will talk about my gym session at some point, but I feel really reluctant to do a gym video because my technique is probably so questionable on the lifts, and I'm definitely not qualified to talk someone through that, and I would feel like a bit of a charlatan doing that. I'm not a qualified coach either. My point is, I feel okay to give out running advice because I'm doing it myself, and I'm not necessarily telling people what to do. I'm explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing, and maybe that can help them with their own approach. But I also think I've learned enough, and my results have shown that I do know what I'm doing at this point. Doesn't mean I get everything right, but who does? Tonight that was a session where I've said loads of times I get these sessions wrong. That was one I think I got right today. I got the balance right. The purpose was pure speed. I worked on pure speed, and that's what I did. So look, thank you all so much for the support. I appreciate it so much. I'm getting really excited about what's to come this season. I really, really am. I feel in the shape of my life, and I suppose the results hopefully will speak for themselves come the indoor season and the outdoor season after that, which follows. But as always, leave your comments in the comment section below. You might have noticed I'm going for a bit of a Movember attempt, although that's not a mustache, I just haven't shaved in about 2 weeks. So let me know if you think I should continue with that, or if I should shave before the end of the month. And big thanks to Noah here, who has taken time out of his university studies, we'll say, to video it, and I really appreciate that. So I give shout outs to people sometimes and I forget my own family who's videoing them, so big shout out to Noah. And yeah, look, any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please give the video a like, press that subscribe button, and I will catch you all soon. See ya.